Hej, gramy dalej w The Moment of Silence. No i teraz zameldujmy wykonanie zadania.
Hi, it's me again.
Hi.
About our deal.
Yeah, what about it? Do you want to back down?
Wręcz przeciwnie.
Okay, I did it. Your slogan is on the screen outside your windows. Looks pretty good, actually.
Wow, super.
Well, that was much more difficult than I had imagined, let me tell you that. And now I have a pretty bad conscience on top of that. I hope you're gonna keep your part of the deal now.
Hey man, of course.
I have another question. About the picture.
Yeah?
So what about the photo? I kept my part of the deal. Your slogan is online now, right outside as promised.
Oh, yeah. Then show it to me. Okay. This picture shows a parabolic dish.
Oh, really? Well, I figured that out by myself.
Yeah, but here's the point. The parabolic dish clearly belongs to the facility of SETI in Arecibo.
I thought you were going to analyze the picture.
That's what I'm doing, man.
You're just looking at it.
Of course. I know where that is.
Damn bastard.
What do you want? I can give you your information.
But all right. I have to calm down first. So, you say it's the SETI?
Yeah. Search for extraterrestrial intelligence. The eavesdropping program they use to search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
I've heard about it.
They have a huge facility in Arecibo, Puerto Rico. That's where your man's at. Those boys down there are our colleagues, so to speak. The only difference is that they don't find anything. Blind as bats. But tell me, what do you have to do with that?
I'm not interested in the SETI. It's about the man in the photo. I'm trying to retrace his last steps, that's all. Or, who knows? We'll see.
Czyli mamy jakiś ślad.
There is something else.
Właściwie to chyba nie ma niczego innego już. Co ciekawe, ta rozmowa była bardzo krótka.
Okay, thanks again. See you.
See you later.
Zobaczymy, czy to zapowiedź zmian, że może teraz będzie mniej rozmów, a więcej działania.
We'll have to talk to Deborah about that.
Z Debbie porozmawiamy, ale może najpierw wyjdźmy z klubu, bo ta muzyka trochę mnie zagłusza. Ach. No i zadzwonimy stąd.
Good morning. Mrs. Oswald?
Mr. Wright.
I just wanted to check with you. You still haven't heard from your husband?
No, I'm worried sick. Have you found anything out?
Your husband Graham was at the SETI, Mrs. Oswald. That photo was taken in front of the big dish of the SETI Institute in Arecibo.
SETI Institute? What's that?
A research institute which is basically involved in the search for extraterrestrial intelligence.
How did you find that out?
I talked to a couple of experts. There's no doubt.
Arecibo. Where is that?
In Puerto Rico.
Czyli prawdopodobnie, jeśli będziemy chcieli się tam udać, to zmienimy lokację. W ogóle zmienimy nie tylko samą lokację, nie tylko miasto, ale i kraj.
I still have some questions for you.
Just ask.
It's about Tommy. Is he in school?
Yes, I thought that would be better for him.
All day long?
Yes, I have spoken to his teachers and his electronic tutor. They all agreed to help me. There's no point for him sitting around at home worrying about his dad, and especially when he sees his mother crying as well. That'll only make him more depressed.
You probably made the right decision. When your husband is back, the boy will quickly recover from this nightmare.
Yes, hopefully.
How is Tommy?
I'm really worried. He sat on the sofa for hours, just looking at the wall. First he cried. We cried together. That was still somehow a relief. Do you understand?
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, but then he stopped and became so quiet and serious. That really worried me, as if he'd lost his childhood for an instant.
That's terrible. He will get his childhood back. Does Tommy have a close relationship with your husband?
They both love each other. They're a team, you know. It's a real father-son friendship. Sometimes I'm really jealous, but I'm sure you know what I mean. When a father and a son are close to each other.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That is one of the biggest gifts in life. My son. He's a magnificent little guy. Small, but magnificent. No one is allowed to take that from someone else. No one.
I'm sure you're a fantastic father.
How can you tell?
You speak in such an affectionate manner about your son. You love him. That shows in every word you say.
We all love our children. I'm already looking forward to the moment Tommy can hug his dad again.
And Mr. Wright and his son will be there.
Yeah. Sure,
Trudny temat po tym, co się stało z rodziną naszego bohatera.
There is something else. It's about your husband. What did he possibly want at the SETI? I mean, was he somehow interested in aliens and space program or something like that?
My husband is a journalist, Mr. Wright. He's interested in a whole lot of things. His editorial office works on a lot of technology topics, and Graham has always been a fan of all things dealing with high tech. He can sit in front of GlobalNet for hours and research about technology.
AI also interests him? Simulations and things like that? I think I would like to take a closer look at the Institute.
You want to travel to SETI?
I got a few days off anyway, and a bit of traveling will do me good as well. The only thing I need to find out is where to get a cheap ticket.
As far as I know, the flights to Puerto Rico go from Terminal B at JFK Airport.
Yeah, that's quite possible.
What about your son in the meantime? Where is he? With his mother?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. He's with his mom.
No dobrze. Czy jeszcze jakieś pytania związane z mężem będziemy mogli zadać?
I need to ask you a few more personal questions about your husband.
If it helps to find him.
O tak, nawet całe 3. W tym o romans, co ciekawe.
Did he change recently somehow?
He left the house a lot, and when he was here, he spent hours in front of the computer. But that's not unusual with Graham. With his job, I sometimes didn't get to see him for weeks, or he's up to his eyes in work all the time.
Did anything change in his private life? Did he have new friends all of a sudden? Or maybe new habits?
No, not really. Private life. We hardly had any. Graham hasn't got many friends, and he hasn't much time for us either, unfortunately.
No nie ma czasu dla was, ale podobno są nierozłączni z synem. A myślę, że taka nierozłączność to się jednak buduje poprzez poświęcany czas.
How long have you two been together?
On October 17th, it'll be 12 years.
That's in a few days.
Yes.
You will celebrate this day together. Don't you worry.
Past few years, Graham couldn't remember the date anyway. He's not good in things like that.
12 years are a pretty long time. Are you two...
Happy? Well, we have a child together. I suppose we are happy, measured on what you can expect from life. We maybe had a couple of problems recently, but who hasn't, I'd like to know.
That's certainly true.
You know, it's not easy for me without a job, and I'm surely quite unfair sometimes.
Don't get me wrong, but could he have had an affair?
What could that have to do with his arrest?
I'm just looking for situations where he could possibly have become mixed up in something. Could it be that he did anything that might have gotten him in trouble with the law?
Like an affair, for example?
Who knows? Maybe with someone who's in politics. Maybe somebody filed a report against him. Maybe it's an act of revenge.
Graham was always faithful, I think. Can we drop this topic now?
Okay.
No rzeczywiście, teraz nasz bohater wcielił się na dobre w śledczego, nawet w rozmowie z panią Oswald. Bardziej to wygląda na przesłuchanie niż na taką rozmowę ku pokrzepieniu, ku pocieszeniu. No ale rzeczywiście, no, takie fakty też mogłyby mieć wpływ, chociaż nie sądzę, by takie służby z takich powodów go zabierały, no.
I have to go now. I'll contact you again as soon as I know more, okay?
Okay.
Chyba że to coś byłoby związane, ta sprawa, z kobietą, z którą romansował, no to może wtedy. Teraz odwiedzimy naszą pracę. Mamy jakąś informację o lotnisku, natomiast potrzebne są nam bilety jeszcze. To było w centrum Manhattanu, prawda? Tak, dobrze pamiętałem. Trochę tutaj te animacje chodzenia przede wszystkim trwają. No, ale jednak bardziej uciążliwe jest samo przemieszczanie się po lokacjach, próby niekiedy wymuszenia zmiany kamery, co w najbliższej lokacji może mieć miejsce, nie musi. W przygotowaniu do nagrywania miewałem z tym sporo problemów. Zobaczymy, jak będzie tym razem. O, teraz może będzie dobrze. Nie będzie dobrze, bo wróciliśmy. Ale ustawiła się ta kamera, więc jest ok.
Hi, Brian. It's me again.
Hey, Peter. How's it going?
And where's Mr. Greenberg?
At his appointment with the United Bank Trust in Beijing. Cool, hey? We can do what we want here for the rest of the week.
No tak, jak szefa nie ma w pracy, to... Ach, co się dzieje? Jakie historie. Dobra. Porozmawiajmy prywatnie.
Can I talk to you very quick? It's personal.
Sure, what is it then?
Let's take a walk to the kitchen, shall we?
Okay, you go on ahead. I'll be right there. Okay, go ahead.
I'm flat broke. Can I borrow a few bucks from you?
The chances of that don't look too good. I don't even know how I'm gonna manage until the first myself. The installments for this damn pool are gonna ruin us. How much do you need?
Well, I would need at least a couple of thousand credits.
A couple of thousand? Do I look like Rockefeller? Honestly, man, if you were asking for 50 credits, no problem, but a couple of thousand? What do you need so much money for?
I need a few plane tickets.
Plane tickets. A few. And where do you want to go with a few plane tickets?
I don't know yet. Maybe take a vacation.
You could try with agency's free flight checkbook. Mr. Greenberger's just gotten a new one with a new maintenance contract for the displays. I believe it's upstairs in the secret compartment of his desk. The key's under the mat.
How the hell did you find out about that?
Oh, well, just don't get caught, okay? God help you if you tell anyone you got this tip from me.
I thought you turned around and became virtuous and honest.
Well, yeah, I am. But then, I don't know how it looks from your point of view. No, to be honest, I think anyone would understand that you need a good rest. As soon as you get a bit of cash, just buy another checkbook. Nobody'll notice.
No zobaczymy, czy on nie zauważy przede wszystkim.
Okay. Thanks a lot, man. I think we both have to get going, right?
Yeah, I think so too.
All right then. See you in a bit.
No ale mamy jakiś pomysł, wiemy gdzie iść. Greenberga nie ma, więc odwiedzimy jego miejsce pracy. No, gdzie ta strzałka? Tutaj. Klucz pod wycieraczką, tak? Najpierw zobaczmy, czy są tu jakieś miejsca interaktywne, ciekawe. No nie ma. Jedynym jest to.
There you go. The key fits. If Mr. Greenberg ever finds out, I'm fired. I just have to make sure that he's not gonna find out. I'll get him a new one, and nobody will ever know.
No to lepiej nie zapomnij o wyjęciu kluczyka z szuflady i odłożeniu go na miejsce. No, już tej animacji nie było widać, więc nie wiemy, czy nasza postać to zrobiła. No i udamy się wreszcie do tej nowej lokacji, na lotnisko najpierw. Terminal B, z tego co pamiętam. Tam lecą samoloty do Puerto Rico. Oj, nie chcę. O, fatalnie. Chyba zapomniałem klucza od mieszkania i dlatego wróciłem. Dobra, teraz musimy oczywiście ustawić odpowiednią kamerę, bo stąd też trochę taka ułomność tej gry, że na przykład stąd nie możemy wyjść, chociaż te drzwi tak na dobrą sprawę widzimy, a stąd już możemy. Ale tak, te gry, zwłaszcza z pierwszych kilku lat XXI wieku, przygodówki z taką właśnie grafiką i systemem sterowania, mają to do siebie, że no niestety są niedoskonałe i to mocno właśnie pod względem pracy kamery. Ten element sprawia, że no, zestarzały się znacznie szybciej niż te klasyczne dwuwymiarowe przygodówki, gdzie się po prostu chodzi w prawo bądź w lewo po planszy. Plansza jest nieruchoma, ewentualnie tylko przesuwa się w jedną stronę. W tamte gra się wygodniej. A właśnie gry z takim systemem poruszania się, bądź gdzie są takie węzły, przybliżenia na lokacje czy przedmioty, no, taki węzłowy system poruszania się, jak choćby w Anno Domini 2044. To akurat gra Rolanda Pantoły z 96 roku. Takie gry zestarzały się znacznie jednak szybciej. Zanim udamy się do tego terminalu B, może odwiedzimy poczekalnię. Skoro jest, to czemu tam nie pójść? W końcu do odlotu jeszcze trochę czasu pewnie zostało. O, możemy też... No, tu jest centrum informacyjne akurat terminalu A.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, sir. How can I help you?
I need some information. It's regarding the space elevator. When does the next space elevator leave for Lunar 5?
Twice a day, sir, at exactly 5 a.m. and 5 p.m. Arrival of the returning shuttle is always half an hour before next departure, going up again.
Thank you.
5 rano to zdecydowanie za wcześnie, żeby się gdziekolwiek wybierać. Co 12 godzin odlatuje.
Is it safe to ride with this thing?
Please rest assured that the space elevator is a state-of-the-art shuttle and was built according to the latest research of materials and track engineering. In our more than 10 years of operation, we didn't have a single incident.
How long does it take to get there?
A one-way ride takes 5 hours and 35 minutes.
And you? Did you use it already?
Me? Oh no, for heaven's sake, I would never ride with it.
No? But why not?
Because it's far too dangerous.
But you just told me that you didn't have a single incident in more than 10 years.
Of course, the space elevator is absolutely safe. When it comes to the passengers, well... You know when you get pushed into your seat during takeoff and forces of gravity 9 times your own body weight are pressing you down, that's not completely harmless.
Well, That sounds really comforting.
A to jest właśnie to, takie podwójne standardy osób, które muszą reklamować jakiś produkt. No to jest ich praca. Gdyby powiedzieli czasem, co myślą, no to szybko by tę pracę stracili. Ale tak, winda jest całkowicie bezpieczna. Żartuje pan? To bardzo niebezpieczne. Kilka sekund czy kilkanaście sekund dzieliło te dwie wypowiedzi. No ale dobrze one obrazują specyfikę tego typu pracy.
Something else. Can you sell me a ticket, please?
I would love to. Did you bring your lottery winner confirmation statement?
No. What kind of lottery confirmation are you talking about?
Right now, there's a winter season at Luna 5.
Aha. And that means?
The whole station is reserved for the lucky winners of the state lottery.
So there is no way for the general population to buy a ticket?
Unfortunately, no. Not during winter season.
Ah. And when does it end? Winter's season, that is.
To be perfectly honest, sir, that I don't really know. The computer just tells me it's winter season. I have to ask you to direct any inquiries regarding this matter directly to the corporate offices of Lunar 5 Holding.
Yeah, well, that's too bad.
I'm sorry about that. Can I book you a different holiday spot instead?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Czy to już wszystko?
Something else. I have one more question.
That's what I'm here for, sir.
That's it right now. Thank you very much.
Zawsze tak dla bezpieczeństwa tutaj wolę jeszcze wchodzić w te drzewka, mówić, że mam jeszcze jedno pytanie, a to dlatego, że właśnie niekiedy pojawiają się te dodatkowe opcje w trakcie, łatwo coś przegapić. No szkoda nie usłyszeć wszystkiego przecież. Dobra, czy możemy iść na odprawę na przykład do terminalu A? To mnie ciekawi.
The scanner would like to have my ticket.
No to ciekawe, jak włożymy tutaj bilet. Nie włożymy.
Once a year we get one of these free flight checkbooks for maintaining the telescreens. Most of my co-workers have used one of these checks to go secretly on vacation. Mr. Greenberg never found out, but of course it's possible that he just didn't say anything. Who knows? In any case, I have to replace these checks.
No dobra, tutaj się po prostu nie da przejść tej odprawy, więc spróbujemy z terminalem B, jak to mieliśmy powiedziane, że tak trzeba zrobić. Tylko teraz trafić z kamerą na terminal B. O, zegar.
This clock seems to show the correct time.
Nie po schodach. Jest.
This scanner would like to have my ticket. All right, let's start.
Bardzo ładna cutscenka, aczkolwiek trwała 5 sekund. O, kolejna. I równie długa. Także naprawdę samo wykonanie tych cutscenek jak najbardziej w porządku. Były ładne, no ale za dużo roboty to przy nich nie mieli. Dobrze, nasze satkary, obserwatorium, z tego co widzę, centrum badawcze. Czyli wchodzimy do środka. I widzimy niejakiego doktora Price'a oraz zdjęcie. Czy to Mars, czy pustynia?
That's the surface of Mars. I think that's one of the pictures they took during this Mars mission at the beginning of the century. Authorized personnel only.
No to porozmawiajmy z tym personelem.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, what can I do for you?
My name is Peter Wright. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you have a few minutes for me.
Yes, why not? I am Dr. Price. Pleased to meet you, Mr. Wright.
I would like to ask some questions about the SETI.
Okay, no problem. That's a good idea.
How is this institute financed, would you know?
Are you sure you're not from a government funding department or something?
Absolutely sure. I was just wondering, how do you maintain this kind of site? I mean, the equipment looks very expensive, and the SETI is probably not making huge profits, right?
Do you know that retrieving knowledge is much more important than retrieving money? And we are lucky that some big companies, which mainly belong to the government, are significantly supporting our project. 20 years ago, we got a new computer network and completely new hardware. Since then, we've kept up to date with the latest updates.
That is really generous. Which companies are we talking about?
Everybody who's anybody. Ubicam, Lunar 5 Consortium, United Bank Trust, Cargo Services, United Communications Services.
Wow. We're talking really only big business here. And what do these companies get in return for their support for the SETI program?
Do you begrudge us support for our work?
Oh no, not at all. I'm just asking myself, what kind of interest in your work here could these companies possibly have?
They are supporting us because they support the idea of free research.
If that's true, that would certainly be nice. But I believe that companies always have one main reason. Money. Or maybe a strategic advantage.
Maybe they're looking for an advertising effect by offering us their products for use. It's all the same to us. We just want to be able to do our work.
What does frequent updates mean?
That means that technicians come by every few months and check our system for one whole week. The whole parabolic unit is now being automatically programmed on sectors. We only provide the programmers with the data sets, and they then integrate them into the global net console. The rest is automatic.
That means you here at the Institute don't have to feed your system with any data or information yourself, right?
Right. All we do is filter the results. The system works according to our guidelines, but is otherwise completely autonomous. It's extremely practical and minimizes the error quota to almost zero.
Does that mean you don't even need to employ any technicians anymore?
No, no one. We are happy that we don't have to deal with the technology anymore, you know.
O, tak kiedyś będzie tak, że maszyny zastąpią człowieka, człowiek będzie żył w wirtualnym świecie. Tak jak w Encodii trochę. A swoją drogą Encodia bardzo fajna moim zdaniem przygodówka, chociaż recenzji nie zebrała najlepszych, choćby chyba w Pixelu dostała 50%, całkowicie niezasłużenie moim zdaniem. Tak trochę czepianie się przygodówki, że jest klasyczną, staroszkolną przygodówką. Na przygodówki już takie staroszkolne wyszły z mody, no to jest jak czepianie się ołówka, że nie jest długopisem, no ale okej. Taka dygresja.
Is that the reason why the second floor is cordoned off today?
Yes, that's right. The programmers and technicians of communication services are now up there. They are now working on the system update for the week, and then we'll have trouble-free operations for the next few months.
What do you think? Could I watch for a little bit? I'm just curious how this works.
I'm sorry, but that's not possible. I had to turn away a man recently because of that. Our systems are extremely sensitive, and only specialists can enter the hardware rooms.
And you're not even allowed in yourself?
No, I don't know enough about the technology up there anymore. The progress is just too immense to be able to keep up. We're just interested in the results, and they are top.
Can I ask you something else? There's something else. What is this site used for?
What? How do you mean that exactly? Is that a kind of control question? Are you from the government funding department or something? We already had to let 5 people go just last year, and I'll personally chain myself to the entrance gate if you...
No, don't worry. I'm asking out of curiosity only. You know how tourists are.
Okay, you're a visitor? That's interesting.
Sure, of course. So,
What?
I asked you a question.
Oh, right. The SEDI. You have to excuse me, but the computers are being checked up there, and I'm even more nervous than I normally am. So, where was I?
The SEDI.
Yes. The SEDI investigates space for possible existing signal transmissions of extraterrestrial intelligence and civilizations. We direct our radio telescope at specific sections of the sky and wait for signals to check them for regularities or patterns. And we drink coffee, a lot of coffee.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that. Maybe you want to cut down on that.
Oh, yes. You noticed, did you?
And did you find something already?
Oh, we find thousands of extremely promising signals every month. Many of them have such a complex structure that it takes us months to analyze them.
And did something ever come out of that?
We don't know about that.
What do you mean you don't know that?
Well, we can't be sure that the signals that we are getting are actually signals. Even the background radiation of the universe could contain a code that we only interpret as static, because we simply don't have the analysis methods to decipher it. But we don't just listen, you know. We also send a signal ourselves. It contains basic information on humankind in a logically constructed sequence.
But so far, nobody ever answered, right?
No. If we are lucky, we could expect an answer in a couple of 100,000 years.
Do you yourself believe in aliens?
Believe? You're asking me? Believe? What do you think?
Oh, that means no?
I don't just believe, my friend. I know that they are out there. They are already among us, swarming out every day and investigating our planet.
Is that right? That sounds as if I've heard that somewhere already. How do you come up with these things?
I have seen one of the UFOs myself. At night, in front of my neighbor's window. Unfortunately.
You didn't have a camera handy?
Exactly. How did you know that?
Intuition.
Do you know that the UFO actually radiated a red light too? An intensive red light. I don't think it would have worked out to take a photo anyway. And shall I tell you something? My neighbor disappeared after that UFO incident. Just disappeared. I guess they took him with them to do research on his anatomy.
And to cross him with our vegetables.
You can never cross that out completely.
Chyba wziął na poważnie to skrzyżowanie z warzywami. No tak, no temat uprowadzeń, no to też, jeśli mamy filmy choćby o kosmitach, to ten temat jest na porządku dziennym, czy seriale. Przecież w X-Files też mieliśmy ten wątek.
Can I ask you something else? There's something else.
Widzicie, czyli tak po nitce do kłębka i są kolejne zagadnienia. Tym razem zapytamy zapewne o pana Oswalda.
I would like to ask a question about a visitor you had here. He must have been here a few days ago. A certain Graham Oswald. He's a journalist.
Oswald? Never heard of him.
I have his picture. Here. It was taken here at the SEDI. Right in front of your parabolic dish. Can you see?
Oh, yes! That man! I remember him. But he wasn't called Oswald. He said his name was Drake.
You still know this?
Of course. It's exactly the same name as our Drake from SEDI, you know. An important researcher from the last millennium. I asked the man if he was related to him.
But he wasn't, of course. He gave you a fake name. His name is definitely Oswald.
To może to Nathan Drake z Uncharted.
What did he want here, do you know?
Well, you'll laugh. He wanted to go up to the computer room, too. But I didn't let him, of course, since we had the technicians up there. He was very disappointed. I offered to give him a tour of the site so that he didn't come here for nothing.
And? Did he accept your offer?
Well, it was rather strange. We stood at the parabolic dish and I told him about the technical details and suddenly he was no longer standing next to me.
And where did he go then? Did you find each other later?
No, he was gone. Disappeared. I don't even know how long I'd been talking to myself for.
Może on też został uprowadzony przez kosmitów?
What else did you notice about him?
He looked somewhat alarmed.
Alarmed? What do you mean?
Frantic, nervous, pale, as if he'd heard or seen something terrible.
But you can't imagine what that could have been by any chance.
No, I'm sorry. He was rather confused. And then he forgot his bag.
What was that? He forgot his bag. Where is it?
In the souvenir shop. Paul's got it.
I'm a friend of the family. I'll bring it back to his wife, okay?
A friend?
Yes, a friend. We're neighbors. You can ask his wife if you want. You want me to give you the messenger number?
Oh no, that'll be fine. Just go over. I'll tell Paul to expect you.
To nawet by się zgadzało. Taka teoria we mnie zakiełkowała. Czyli, że tutaj zniknął nagle, czyli go uprowadzili kosmici i jego kopię podstawili żonie. I tam rząd się o tym dowiedział i zabrali tę jego kopię podstawioną przez kosmitów. A ciekawe. Zupełnie nie pamiętam fabuły. Pograłem w to już wieki temu, więc jeśli takie jest rozwiązanie, to przepraszam, to nie spoiler. Czy będzie jeszcze jakiś temat?
Can I ask you something else?
Coś tam jeszcze było. Pytanie do
I
pana.
have a question for you personally.
For me? Oh, if you want.
What exactly is it you do here?
I work here, you know, earn my living and so on. Well, to be more precise, I don't actually work here to earn my living. That too, of course, but not just. Not even mainly, but secondarily, but that's not important. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I do. That means you're doing this here because you love it. How did you get that kind of job?
How you get such a job? Oh, that's actually quite simple. You just need straight A's in all mathematical and scientific subjects, an IQ of 130 or above, very few social contacts in a computer.
On most counts, I would be eligible, I think.
You mean top scientific qualifications?
Rather the part about the only few social contacts and the computer.
Well, that's the first step.
It was a joke, okay?
Oh, I understand. That's amusing.
Never mind. Forget about it.
No ja też już mam pierwszy krok za sobą. Mam komputer.
Tell me, you didn't hear by any chance about the Alien Attack Club in New York, did you?
Of course. Those are the especially talented young men. They've carried out numerous hacker attacks on our telescope, as far as I know. Extremely professional and adept work. We only tracked them down with the help of the internal firewall.
That's very interesting. And didn't you report them to the authorities?
Me? But why? They are real fans of our work. Amazing. If I were 10 years younger, I'd...
Do illegal things together with them.
Dobra, to już będą wszystkie tematy.
I'm gonna look around some more. Thank you for now, Doctor.
No problem.
Interesuje nas chyba najbardziej w tym momencie ta torba, którą tutaj zostawił Oswald. Mają nam dać ją.
Fascinating.
Mamy gablotki, ale komentarze bohatera są
Maybe
cokolwiek
it's a supernova.
lakoniczne na ich temat. On jest tylko rozgadany, kiedy rozmawia z innymi ludźmi, natomiast do nas nie chce za dużo gadać.
Maybe it's a supernova.
Dobra, no, już nie będę go prowokował do kolejnych przemyśleń. Są na tyle nieciekawe i powtarzające się, że nie warto. Tutaj możemy zwrócić chyba uwagę na coś, czy nie? Tak, na tę antenę paraboliczną.
This parabolic dish has to measure at least 1200 feet in diameter. With this you can hear every single word.
No, całkiem sporo. Stalowe drzwi.
A mysterious door. Behind it there's probably the control room for the parabolic system. It says no entry.
No właśnie, ciekawe, co się za nimi znajduje. Beneath a steel door. Tak, swoją drogą, kontynuacja Beneath a Steel Sky, zatytułowana Beyond a Steel Sky, No, otrzymała jakiś czas temu polską wersję językową, także na Steamie i chyba też na Gogu. Więc no, będę chciał zagrać, bo jeszcze nie zagrałem. Może na kanał trafi kiedyś. W końcu Beneath Steel Sky to moje top 10 przygodówek ulubionych ever.
Wow. Life-size alien figures.
Czyli są na wysokości gdzieś 60%, może 70% naszego bohatera. Nie wiem, ile on ma wzrostu, ale pewnie 1,80 m. To tak na oko oni mogą mieć 1,20 m.
An express photo machine. From the 20s, I would guess. I can remember Patrick and me sometimes taking snapshots in these things. Very charming.
Rzeczywiście. Pan ma dobre maniery.
This salesperson looks really busy. Since I don't want to buy something anyway, I think I'll just let him work.
No, generalnie w tej lokacji jest niewiele miejsc interaktywnych. O, są jeszcze balony.
Nice, these balloons.
Fajne balony. Dobrze wiedzieć, że są fajne. Wejdziemy do obserwatorium i w tym momencie zakończę ten odcinek. Jak widzimy, całkiem tutaj ładnie.
A coordinate.
Mam jakieś koordynaty.
They seem so in love. I better don't disturb them.
Zakochanym lepiej nie przeszkadzać. Dobra. I w tym momencie sobie zapiszemy stan rozgrywki i wracamy w kolejnym odcinku. Dziękuję serdecznie za uwagę. Trzymajcie się. Do usłyszenia.